hey, it's a lot of fun to make these videos, but it would be a lot more fun if we had some engagement and knew that people were actually watching it and enjoying it. So please take a quick second, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Best of all, send it around to people you think might also enjoy it. That would be really cool. Thanks a lot.
My cat wants to join us. On this week's episode, we're doing things a little different. We're outside. I've got my cat with me. We're drinking a Hoppy Pilsner. This is Boo. All she does is yell and scream. It's a beautiful day. Let's drink some beer. So we were actually able to meet up in person this time, and we were hoping to do this outside because of the theme of our beer this week, but unfortunately the weather did not accommodate us, and we ended up doing it in the garage. But we think it was still pretty fun and at least somewhat entertaining. The beer this week is a Hoppy Pilsner from Intersect Brewing up in Fort Collins. It's called Perfect Day. We were hoping for a perfect day that we could all sit outside and drink some beer together, be socially distanced in my backyard, but didn't quite work out that way. We ended up with less than accommodating weather, but the day actually did end up being pretty perfect. We actually got to go outside, sit around a campfire, and come up with at least the seed of an idea for a song that we took it way further in a different direction, but we think it turned out pretty good.
So this is our first beer that actually has a label, like a label.
But is it the, oh it is, yeah.
Just a plastic label, but I guess you know what, it does feel, I was joking about this before, it does feel rather nice in my hand.
It does feel nice actually.
Yeah. Is it smaller,
plastic label.
or have my hands gotten bigger?
I think we're just so used to drinking Crowlers.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I haven't had a normal sized beer.
Engineered for Sunday fun days.
That's for real?
Yeah.
Look at the control knobs for complexity, happiness, and awesomeness.
Pairs well with
Okay.
80s new wave and British invasion. I guess that's the type of music that we're
I don't know about that.
Let's all get new haircuts right now.
I think you're good, Jim.
Touche.
All right. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Clink.
Clink. All right.
Yum.
When it said on there like a heavy addition of West Coast hops, I was worried like
Too
this
much.
is gonna be
This weirdly tastes exactly the way I would expect it to taste.
Yeah?
It tastes
Wait,
like a Hoppy Pilsner.
I'm getting less of the Pilsner from it, but I don't know if that's because of the hops.
It's hoppy, but it's not an IPA by any means.
You know, I know it's not a pale ale. I would put it more in that category.
I almost wish I didn't know what type of beer this was drinking it.
Yeah, what would you guess?
Well, I really like it. I would have guessed maybe an APA.
I am noticing it finishes different than an APA. It has a cleaner finish. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't hang around.
No.
Yeah, it's upfront hops for sure.
Yeah.
Clean finish.
I actually dig this beer.
Yeah, no,
I would
like
drink
it,
this
yeah.
beer like
Again today.
Visually excellent.
I did just have.
Yes,
Very
yeah,
nice.
totally.
I like this very much. If I wanted a Pilsner, I would, like you said, I'm glad they label it as a Hoppy Pilsner.
Yeah.
You know, because it's definitely distinct.
When would you order this beer?
This is probably my first beer. I don't want an 8%er. I want something that's a session beer. Could I stay here for a while drinking these
Right.
and have fun? Especially at a place like Intersect.
Yeah.
This is like patio beer.
This is
Kids are running around.
totally.
Intersect is like my neighborhood brewery. It's a few blocks from where I live in Fort Collins. We can put the kids in the bike trailer and bike down there on a nice day. Awesome patio. Always tons of families, tons of kids around. There are like lots of games, lots of stuff to do. And they have a small like record store. They sell some vinyl. Nice.
Let's talk about music.
What's your perfect day music?
There's a lot of good perfect day mood in Bibio's music.
You're talking that kind of good processed acoustic guitar Bibio, not so much the like electronic dancey Bibio.
Yeah. No, the acoustic Bibio, the
Yeah.
like very like pastoral is the vibe that he kind of has. It might be perfect now. The wind's gone.
Hear the birds. Be nice. My perfect day.
Perfect day music.
Perfect day music.
Yes.
I can think of a couple scenarios. One is definitely driving into southern Utah, and in that scenario, I'm listening to Boards of Canada.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
yeah.
I've
So,
done that exact same
yes,
thing.
you
with
have in the car with me. Yeah, that's
the
right.
car with
That's
you.
right.
Bibio and Boards of
Campfire
Canada
Head Phase.
overlap.
They do. They vin. Campfire Head Phase for sure. Chroma Key Dreamcoat.
I feel like an acoustic vibe, and I want something that feels like very like whoever wrote it spent some time on it. I want craftsmanship.
Yeah.
I want musicianship happening there, so you can really like let yourself emotionally invest into it a little bit. You know.
Well, we're fucked.
We knew we wanted some finger-picked acoustic guitar. We tried a few different things around the fire, and then later pulled out what we thought worked best, which was kind of a blackbirdish sort of picking pattern in open D that I've been messing around with for years, usually playing it a lot faster. Like, Jim wisely suggested that we slow that down to I think 90 beats per minute was what we ended up at. So Sam gave us a click, and we recorded that piece.
So when I got the initial tracks back, when I heard Sam's guitar, I knew right away that I wanted to add sort of a lo-fi tape effect to it. You hear this in Boards of Canada, you hear it in Bibio. So I reached for a plugin called Cassette, and it kind of added this cool, like, warbly tape distortion kind of lo-fi effect. And this is what it sounds like.
Initially, because this riff is kind of a lower, we're in open D. He's playing primarily on the lowest four strings. When I was coming up with the part, I felt like I was, supposed to play something higher up the fretboard. Everything that I was coming up with, it just didn't fit for me. It's a cool picking pattern, and I really like that initial progression with the hammer-on. So I just kind of thought, why not play that in unison with him and have it kind of coming at you from both ears. So just sort of followed him along there, and then when he plays the next, the second half, the next two notes of the bar, that's where I would kind of harmonize and maybe do a little bit more melodic stuff, picking wise, but still trying to play the same basic picking pattern. So when he goes down to his F, then I'll do something like, and that's the pattern for the whole thing, basically.
So when it came time to add percussion and rhythm to the track, I knew that I was going to do electronic instruments, but I knew that I also wanted to have some acoustic percussion in there, so I reached for the Rhythm Egg, this thing, whatever it is, and I grabbed the tambo, put all those together, and then I made the actual beat from there using electronic stuff. So I used drums off of the K oscillator. I added some hats and then used like a 909 snare. That's pretty much the initial loop for the very first part of the song.
We knew we wanted some sort of drony thing through the whole song, so I added a kind of warbly tremolo synth pad, and also added in a synth flute doing the same thing, just holding a root note and then adding a little bit of melody.
We got the main stuff down because we wanted it to be a little bit more electronic and filled out. We needed to add some MIDI voices, so then it just got down to trying to figure out what those were going to be. Violins, clav, Clav, no. Marimba. Yes.
So after we had all these basic elements, the song was pretty much there. We just needed to add some more effects, some sort of sweeping sound effects. I added some dialogue from my son in the middle of the breakdown. For the video, we needed some stuff to reflect a perfect day. So Sam captured some really good nature footage up in Laurie State Park. Jim got a great time lapse of some clouds. Here's the whole song with some of those visuals that we captured. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks as always for checking out the episode. Thanks to Intersect Brewing for making a delicious Hoppy Pilsner. We all enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the song. As always, if there's a beer you think we should try, let us know in the comments. And as Sam said at the beginning of this video, it really helps if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. It boosts the algorithms and the search results and things like that. And we really want to kind of try and find a wider audience for this. Thanks again for checking it out. We'll see you in the next one.
I just had a...
What is going on with these socks?
Oh, dude. I'm so glad you asked.
Hold them up for the camera.
Yeah, put them up. We gotta see these.
It's the Macho Man.
Bonesaw is ready.